This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us tonight. Our top story this evening: in a blistering press conference at Trump Tower, President Trump reinforced his take on the deadly situation that unfolded in Virginia. The president blamed both sides for the violence in Charlottesville that resulted in 3 deaths and numerous injuries. This comes just one day after the president condemns several groups directly. But under rapid-fire questioning from reporters, Trump doubled down on his original remarks.
The statement I made on Saturday, the first statement, was a fine statement, but you don't make statements that direct unless you know the fact.
The alt-right groups that were in Charlottesville are planning similar rallies across the nation this weekend. And President Trump's remarks today are mixed reaction from local leaders of both parties. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us now with more on that reaction. Rick.
Yeah, Haley, this has a lot of people talking. We did catch up with some folks on both sides of the aisle.
Remarks from President Trump on Tuesday saying both sides are to blame for the clashes between white nationalists and counter-protesters that killed one person in Charlottesville, Virginia, has a lot of people all fired up. The president's words don't sit too well with Kevin Griffith, vice chairman of the Sarasota County Democratic Party.
Disbelief. You know, there is no moral equivalency between a side that stands for racism and hate and a side that opposes it. Those are not morally equivalent.
President Trump also praised some of the people who showed up to protest the removal of the Confederate statue. We were able to catch up with 2 local Republican state representatives, Joe Gruters and Julio Gonzalez, at a Republican meeting in Nokomis. They were a little more understanding of the president's remarks.
It's unfortunate that the episode this past weekend erupted into violence, and I do think both sides, even the local police chief, said that both sides kind of spurred on that violence.
I think it's not a very inaccurate statement. I had the opportunity to view the events real time, and what I saw was people attacking each other from both groups.
Representative Gonzalez went on to say that the lack of police presence at the protest was one of the bigger issues. Vice Chairman Griffith tells us he would like to see some of the local Republican leaders take a stand against their president in situations like this.
I understand that that's a difficult thing. He's the leader of their party. But my question is, at what point does he cross the line for them?
And you could see a lot more on this by logging onto our website at mysuncoast.com. Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Rick. As outrage grows over the events in Charlottesville, some white nationalist groups seem to be capitalizing on the moment. Organizers of the white nationalist movement vowing to take their message to rallies across the country. Some who are part of the so-called alt-right movement think their identity is under attack and credit President Trump's anti-immigration, American First policies with their recent rise in recognition.
His movement has opened up a door, but it's up to us to take the initiative.
A white nationalist rally planned at Texas A&M University now canceled due to safety concerns, but an event at the University of Florida is still up for discussion. Hate groups are growing across the nation, according to some recent numbers. Some can be found right here on the Suncoast. The Southern Poverty Law Center keeps track of hate groups across the country. They found Florida ranks 2nd in the nation with more than 60 active hate groups. California leads the nation with 79, but it's also the most populous state. Here on the Suncoast, the SPLC shows there's an anti-Muslim group in Venice, a white nationalist group based in Lakewood Ranch, and the KKK in Wauchula. Nationwide, there are more than 900 hate groups. That's 133 more than in 2014. And in the aftermath of the violence in Charlottesville, many are calling for Confederate monuments across the country to be taken down. A Confederate monument right on the doorsteps of the Manatee County Courthouse is now back in the spotlight. Anthony Pusateri has been on a mission for the past month. His goal is to replace the Confederate monument with a statue of Snooty the Manatee. He started a petition that has garnered more than 13,000 signatures so far. He says he understands the history aspect, but thinks the statue still has to go.
It's a memorial to people that fought for a cause that at its very core said that black people are not equal to white people, that slavery is a good thing, and I'm not okay with that.
Some residents living in Manatee County don't see it that way. They say they would be taking down a piece of history if it was removed. Coyotes are found all throughout Florida, but residents in Venice are seeing more of the animals. Tonight, wildlife leaders spoke to residents about what to do if you see a coyote nearby. Florida Fish and Wildlife says coyotes rarely pose a threat to people. Even if the animals are close to you, they'll generally run away if challenged. If you do feel uncomfortable because a coyote is too close to you, you can what's called haze the animal by making loud noises and acting aggressively. Wildlife officials say you should always remain alert as you would near any large animal.
We do have a host of predators. It's not always the coyote, but the coyote is newer on the scene, and we need to educate people on them. They do have a newer presence than some of these other species.
It's not uncommon for a coyote to prey on pets and attack. Those usually occur around nighttime. To make sure your pet stays clear of a coyote, do not allow them to roam freely. You do have to be alert about that. And a rabies alert has been issued for parts of the Suncoast after a case was reported in Charlotte County. According to the Florida Department of Health in Charlotte County, a rabid bat was found in someone's yard and 2 people were exposed. Rabies is spread when an animal is sick and transmit the virus through its saliva. If you see an animal that is acting strange, or if you are scratched or bitten by an unknown animal, you should report it to animal control. Manatee County is helping provide transportation by offering a discounted unlimited ride bus pass. It's valid for 31 days and is available on a first-come, first-served basis. Riders are eligible based on their low household income if they cannot afford transportation for work, school, medical, or other necessary travel. The monthly pass costs $20. It can be purchased during the first 10 days of each month at the downtown Bradenton or the DeSoto Transit Station. Middle and high school students can safely watch next week's solar eclipse in Northport. The library will give teens grades 6 through 12 free viewing glasses provided by NASA, and they will teach students the science behind the solar eclipse. That will be starting on Monday. We'll likely see it around 2 p.m. Manatee County Libraries will also be giving out eclipse viewing glasses beginning on Thursday. They say their quantities of those are very limited, so do show up early. And here now, First Alert Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your forecast.
And we're hoping the clouds will be out of here at that point. Yesterday at this time it was 93-degree feels like temperature. Today it's 89 degrees right now, and our actual temperature at 83 degrees. The dew point's high at 74, and the pressure has been rising. Well, all eyes are on the Atlantic right now. We have 3 separate systems that we are watching. One in particular, getting close to the islands here, has about a 40% chance developing over the next 5 days, only at 20% over the next 2 days. This one has a 40% chance as well over the next 5 days, and one just coming off the African coast. This one has a much better chance, I think, down the road of developing, but right now it's just at 20% chance of developing. Nothing tropical around here right now. We have some storms along the east coast and near Fort Pierce, but we had limited shower activity today due to some dry air and also high pressure, which continues to dominate our weather right now. And we're looking at generally fair conditions up and down the coast. The dry air is still in place. Notice, though, it's starting to thin out down to our south. We have some moisture that will come up from the Caribbean on Thursday and Friday and be in place over the weekend. That means a return to showers and storms. And news on Gert, it's getting stronger. In fact, it could become the first Category 2 hurricane of the season. Well, much more in the tropics coming up a little bit with some spaghetti plots of where those storms are expected to go. Jacksonville right now, it's 80, it's 86 in Key West and 83 in Sarasota. More in our forecast coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. A new report shows there were command and communications issues among law enforcement during January's deadly shooting at the Fort Lauderdale airport. The report from Broward County shows no one from law enforcement took charge during that fatal incident. 5 people died and 6 were wounded. The report shows the lack of having someone in charge led to confusion, and the hundreds of officers on scene were overwhelmed with the radio system. The number of tourists visiting Florida continues to grow. Governor Rick Scott announcing more than 60 million tourists came to Florida during the first 6 months of this year. That's a 4% increase over the same time period last year. A breakdown shows many of the visitors are coming from other states, and the number of tourists coming from overseas has dipped slightly. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the First Alert forecast. Plus, is North Korea possibly backing down on its threats to attack an area near Guam? And a Florida officer returns to work after losing his leg in a crash. We'll show that uplifting story coming up.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKX Sport Utility for $349 per month, or Lincoln's flagship, the 2017 Continental, for $449 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
ABC7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Bob, we've had so much chatter about the solar eclipse, even though we're not going to get the full effect here, but everyone's just really jazzed up about it.
It still should be interesting.
It
I mean, nonetheless,
yeah.
I mean, you're not going to see it very often, obviously.
No,
and,
you're not.
We see another one, I think, in 2025 in the central portions of the United States, and then again 2045 right across the southwest coast of Florida. So that is going to be interesting, and looks like things should be okay as far as sky conditions go. Speaking of sky conditions, get a look at this. This is known as crepuscular rays. Easy for me to say, right? Colin Wirtz sending this photo in. It looks like those clouds are just sliced off, but what's happening, and we'll see it in this next photo, is storms or clouds off in the distance. As the sun has gone below the horizon, those cloud tops cast shadows on the higher clouds, and it looks like it's slicing right through it, but that's just basically a cloud shadow on another cloud. And crepuscular meaning twilight, usually happens around twilight. KJ also getting this great photo sent in, and you can actually get anti-crepuscular rays too, which is on the reverse side where the sun is setting. It's kind of an interesting phenomenon that does occur, and it all has to do with the sun going below the horizon and clouds off in the distance, or storm clouds, causing those shadows to be cast. You notice nothing going on here because the sun's still above the horizon. Appreciate all those photos. Van Way's a webcam showing fair skies out there. Nice day today. Lots of sunshine, not much in terms of rainfall. And it looks as though similar conditions are anticipated again tomorrow as a result of that dry air in place. And luckily, this trough came in just at the right time to cause Gert to move away from the United States, causing some rough surf along the Carolina coast there and dangerous rip currents. But for the most part, Gert is missing land and looks like it will continue to do so. More on that in just a minute. Some showers along the East Coast. That is about all I can find right now on the radar picture. Not much going on elsewhere. Things are fairly quiet, again, a result of that drier air in place. We had a little bit of activity today, nothing along the coastline, but inland areas in Hardee and DeSoto counties, some places saw over an inch of rain. Currently, I mentioned clear skies, 83 degrees, and very high humidity, making it feel a little bit more uncomfortable at this hour. The high today was above average at 92. This morning's low was warm too. And as far as rainfall goes, we could use a little bit. Things are below average for the month and the year now, nearing 3 inches for the month below average. And August is typically one of the wettest months, and 3.52 inches below average for the year thus far. Well, the hourly forecast for Wednesday, similar to what we saw today, just a little bit better chance for a few showers near the coast in the morning, but mainly inland in the afternoon. The rain chance is not all that high. High temperatures will be in the low 90s, and a heat index up near 100 degrees. Once again, the heat goes on. This is August, obviously. This continues to go on too, missing Bermuda and the United States, and getting stronger. Could have winds at 100 miles an hour by tomorrow afternoon as a result of it moving over some warmer water. You can see 100-mile-an-hour winds expected and anticipated by late Wednesday as it makes its way off toward the northeast and eventually getting into the cooler waters of the Atlantic, where it will fade away. And now all eyes will be focused on these three systems, actually 1, 2, and 3. We talked about these earlier. This one is looking a little bit better tonight, but it's going to have a hard time fighting some shear and some dry air. Most of the models agree that it's going to move basically off to the west. A couple of outliers there bend it off toward the Dominican Republic. That has a 40% chance developing in the next 5 days. And then disturbance number 2, I think, has a better chance developing down the road. But notice that's more of a northwesterly curve, and some models take it off to the north and east, while others keep it on this more westerly course, keeping the possibility of the Bahamas in play there in 5 days from now. So it bears watching, obviously, anything that develops out there in the Atlantic. A long time to make decisions on that. As far as the futurecast goes, a little bit better chance for a few scattered showers and storms in the afternoon. Our typical summer pattern will slowly get back into play, especially by the weekend. For boaters, northwest winds at 5 to 10 knots and a light chop out there. The water temperature at 91 degrees. High tide upcoming at 7:20, and a low tide will be at 4:09 tomorrow afternoon. Partly cloudy, warm and muggy, 80 for a low, and then tomorrow mostly sunny. Slight chance for morning showers, 30% chance for afternoon inland storms. The extended forecast calling for a much better chance for rain returning on Thursday and sticking around through the weekend. Monday, we look to see just mainly afternoon and evening storms. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Tensions between the United States and North Korea may be calming. Kim Jong-un appearing to back down from threats of military action near Guam. ABC's Janae Norman has the latest from Washington.
Is North Korea tiptoeing back from the brink of war? Amid high tensions and an escalating rhetorical battle with President Trump, the leader of the rogue nuclear power threatening to launch several medium-range missiles near Guam. President Trump already warning North Korea that the U.S. military is locked and loaded.
I think we're not closer to war than a week ago, but we are closer to war than we were a decade ago.
And now North Korean state media saying Kim Jong-un has been briefed by his military team about launching those missiles in the direction of Guam. Kim Jong-un reportedly reviewed military options, deciding to delay any further action. State media writing that the Supreme Leader will watch such stupid American behavior a bit longer. Chairman of U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff previously saying,
"Look, I think everybody has said that it would be a horrible thing for a war to be conducted here in the peninsula. And that's why we're so focused on coming up with a peaceful way ahead to denuclearize the peninsula. Nobody's looking for war."
But the threat isn't over. In fact, there could be fuel added to the fire when the U.S. and South Korean militaries conduct training exercises near the demilitarized zone next week.
Even if it appears for now that Kim is backing off, this is not over. Intelligence analysts believe he can fit a nuclear weapon inside an ICBM, so this remains a huge threat, the biggest foreign policy challenge our nation faces.
There seems to be a sense of relief in Guam. The lieutenant governor saying they're glad the rhetoric is calming down, and for now they seem to believe crisis averted. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
A police major in South Florida is back on the job after losing his legs in a horrific highway crash. Major Ricky Carter arrived at police headquarters in Doral on Monday after a 3-month recovery. In May, he was riding his personal motorcycle on Interstate 75. He slid off the roadway and crashed into a guardrail. Carter was then airlifted to the hospital, where doctors had to amputate his legs. Carter said he is so glad to be able to resume his duties.
This is totally a miracle. By all accounts, I should have died that morning on the highway, but fortunately I'm here. The prayers have helped, the community support has helped, and now I'm back.
Carter's second day at work was also a special day. He attended a promotion ceremony for 35 fellow officers and pinned a new badge on one of them. Way to get back at it. Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Here's something from us to you just because. I even thought, hey, maybe we won't talk about Donald Trump much tonight. And then he opened his mouth and all manner of stupid came out.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Jacuzzi is proud to present our first ever safe bathing event. The Jacuzzi walk-in tub allows you or a loved one to take a safe and relaxing bath. Never climb in and out of a regular bathtub again. Our walk-in tub offers a low step-in threshold, fast drain technology, soothing hydrotherapy, and even a shower handle. Regain bathing independence with a Jacuzzi walk-in tub and enjoy spending more time with loved ones. Why wait any longer? During our safe bathing event, save $750 on a new walk-in tub. Receive $250 in safety upgrades and a $100 Visa gift card. But if you call right now during this program, we'll double the savings to $1,500, double the safety upgrades to $500, and double it to a $200 Visa gift card with your walk-in tub purchase. Going back to where it all began in 1956, Jacuzzi Incorporated was founded and the Whirlpool bathing category was born. Jacuzzi's patented Hydra massage jets provide an unmatched bathing experience. Jacuzzi is proud to present our first ever safe bathing event. Never climb in and out of a regular bathtub again. Our walk-in tub offers a low step-in threshold, fast drain technology, soothing hydrotherapy, and even a shower handle. During our safe bathing event, save $750 on a new walk-in tub. Receive $250 in safety upgrades and a $100 Visa gift card. But if you call right now during this program, we'll double the savings to $1,500, double the safety upgrades to $500, and double it to a $200 Visa gift card with your walk-in tub purchase. A safe and relaxing bath is only a phone call away. Call right now to save double on a new walk-in tub. Call now.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it? Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions. Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Now, sports.
The Rays coming off another loss in Toronto last night, playing the Blue Jays once again at the top of the third. The Rays trail 1-0. Luca Duda hit a homer off of Marco Estrada. It is Duda's 4th homer of the season. The Rays lead 2-1. Skipping ahead to the bottom of the 6th, Rays lead 6-1. Runners on second and third. Josh Donaldson hits a homer to right off of Blake Snell. Blue Jays almost catch up with a score of 6-4, but not enough to take the win. That will be the final score, and the Rays get their first win in 5 games. Temperatures quite high at this morning's Bucks and Jaguars practice, and Rising Star wide receiver Mike Evans brought the heat himself. Evans made a dazzling reception in the back right corner of the end zone during the first play of the red zone passing drill. Head coach Dirk Cutter said that on Monday he was hoping for more out of the team during today's practice, saying the team needs more urgency. The Bucks' 3-week training camp on the Jags turf is coming to an end, and the two teams compete in a preseason game on Thursday. Miami Dolphins cornerback Tony Lippett's season is over. Before it even really started, he tore his Achilles tendon on Monday and faces a lengthy rehab. The coach of the Miami Dolphins said that he jumped up, he came down without anyone touching him. Lippett started 13 games and contributed 67 tackles last season. He led the team with 4 interceptions and spent most of training camp working as a boundary cornerback. A toxicology report shows Tiger Woods had marijuana and painkillers in his system when he was arrested on a DUI charge in May. The golf superstar was found asleep in his car. Woods says he was trying to treat his own pain from back surgery, but admits that was a mistake. Woods has since agreed to enter a diversion program to settle his charges. Woods is scheduled to plead guilty to reckless driving in October. Special Olympics Florida is getting ready to host its stand-up paddle championship on the Suncoast. Close to 150 athletes will compete at Nathan Benderson Park in Sarasota. The organization provides year-round sports training to kids and adults with intellectual disabilities, and it is all for free. The SUP Championship takes place next weekend on August 26th. In the meantime, the regional swim meet is coming up this Saturday at the South Potter Park YMCA, so if you want to check out some great swimming. Let's look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers right after this.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
ABC7 News at 7 weeknights.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
A North Dakota man and his geese are turning heads. Some are calling Adam Gettle the bird whisperer. He's a hunter and an outdoorsman. Now he's a caretaker for some orphaned geese. That's when Adam leaves for work in the morning. Guess what happens? One goose named Wilbur flies right alongside the pickup, just inches from Adam. This is actually a good thing. He wants Wilbur and the others to migrate like other honkers. That's pretty cool. It's like he's their leader, you know, and the birds are following.
And that
That's
V
really
pattern all the way down to where?
all
Where
the
they go to
way.
Florida or something. They migrate, you know.
They might.
It's not a bad idea, a little vacation for them. That's pretty neat. We're looking at some dry weather again tomorrow for the most part.
Okay, we want those storms to come back at some point. Not crazy ones, just the cooling ones. We'll see you tomorrow.